Hello fans of excess consumption, which I'm guilty of. I have a lot of videos about these diecast cars, so I am an excess consumer and I apologize, but so I'm hoping you enjoy these reviews. We have another fly-by-night operation, it looks like. I've never heard of a Feng model. Let's see here. It's pretty nice, the gold thing, but there's no licensing, and something this modern would definitely need to be licensed if it wanted to be legal. Just judging by the name, when I have to assume this is made in China. Yeah, it does say made in China, but I have to assume the brand is also Chinese, and they don't care about Western laws. Okay, well, let's open this guy up. This is the first SUV made by Bentley, part of the Volkswagen Group. So it's similar to the Audi Q7, the Lambo Urus, the Porsche Cayenne, the VW Touareg, and that kind of stuff. Okay, we got a little tension card back here, and that's about it. Get that out. Let's see if this cover's tight. Yeah, pretty good. No tape. It's got these little friction tabs there. Still not a good habit to do that, especially if it's not close to something, because you don't want that dropping on the floor. According to Wikipedia, there's many different powertrain choices. 4-liter twin turbo, 6-liter twin turbo, a plug-in hybrid, 3-liter turbo V6, a 4-liter twin turbo V8 diesel. So horsepower 400 plus to 600 plus, as one would expect from a Bentley. Alrighty. I gotta say I enjoy the front end and the side views more than the rear. For some reason the rear just doesn't look very expensive to me. Maybe it's because it's shared with those other ones, but it's obviously gotta be a pretty nice vehicle, being a Bentley. Is there anything sensitive on this thing? I see the license plate is kind of falling off. I don't know if that's a sticker. I guess we can take this off the base. Hold on here, let me get my electric screwdriver. It's just one screw holding this one down. There's no branding on the bottom, which again makes me think it's one of these fly-by-night operations. And so, brands like Inno would actually have Inno molded into the base. I will say the base is kind of nice though. It's got this like crosshatch, so it looks kind of like carbon fiber. And then it does have a shiny metallic badge here. Okay, so that costs money, unfortunately, that I had to pay for. I do feel like this could have just come in a cardboard box if it doesn't have any tow hooks or antennae, Basically, I had to pay for this box, and I don't really want it. I don't want to collect models with these large boxes because I've run out of room. Alright, let's look at these photos here. This is, I believe, a photo from its debut in 2015 at Frankfurt. Alright, let's see the side profile. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Yeah, I would say it matches up well. The wheels seem to match up pretty nice as well. And the rear. Being a Bentley, I'm sure there's endless possibilities for color choices, so don't pay attention to the colors of those photos. Also, my phone here doesn't really show true colors. Let's start with the wheels as usual. Yeah, well, let's get this out of the way. If you wanted to roll it down a Hot Wheels track, you have a pretty good chance of doing so, but it's not a smooth roller. It's not as smooth as, say, a Mini GT, and definitely not even close to a Hot Wheels. Alright, let's get in on that wheel here. Yeah, it's pretty nicely molded. No complaints, really. Sure, I guess it could have a little black in these areas, but that's a lot to ask for a model this price. The lug-nut details are there, and it has a B, the Bentley B in there, so that's good. Clearly, there's a disc brake system you can see, and it doesn't spin with the wheel, so that's nice. It's nice that it has a red caliper. Although, I'm sure that's quite optional as well. The side photo has a black caliper, it looks like, but I'm sure it's a Bentley. You can do anything you want. If you want neon green, you can get it. Look at this clear coat. It's pretty nice. Unfortunately, a little contaminant or something there and there. It's champagne. kind of color on this one. I don't know why there's looks like a water stain, but it's gone, so that's good. The side mirror is a separate piece, and that's color matched nicely. It has a reflective sticker, it looks like. Oh boy, that sticker doesn't look really large though, does it? It's like, or it's just really misplaced. Maybe it should be up more. Oh well. The side windows have raised molding details, painted black. I gotta say, those are pretty clear side windows, at least looking through one panel. But trying to look through this other side, yeah, it definitely gets blurry because they're molded. Some sort of striation there. Casting problem, maybe. The door handles are nicely molded, though. Get a little recessed details for the fingers. Wow, this clear coat's really thick. I almost can't even feel that dent. It's just filled in with clear coat. The rear wheel looks okay. I can't say so much about the tire, though. What's going on here? Let's just try to tuck that under. Alright, never mind. I do like that the tire isn't very flat. It's kind of curved, you know, but it's not like a straight cut-off flatness. So that seems okay. The rear brake looks alright as well. A fuel filler door on that side there, or maybe it's a plug-in door. Going to the front, nice to see some clear headlights here, and there's some two little dots or something way back there. So nothing wrong with that. Looks okay. There's a nice grille texture in here. The Bentley logo is looking pretty good. Not bad. More grille textures, and it's nice to see some sort of license plate. I don't know if this actually has some significance, this particular number. Is that SG or BG? I was wondering if it's Singapore or something, but BG. One would have to assume that's reversed for GB? I don't know. Well, anyways. I don't know what... these are covers, I think, for the tow hook areas. Maybe we have some fog... I don't know if those are fog lights or sensors. They're not on the photo I pulled up, but it's not to say that they only exist on a different version of Bentley. Okay, well, let's see. Continuing on. Paint looks pretty good up here. It's not like a hot rod metallic, you know. It's a really fine metallic, so I like it. The wiper blades are part of the molded plastic here. They're very thin. They're raised. The blackout is printed very nicely. This side here... Whoa, what's going on here? Hold on. This looks okay. But what the heck? I mean, is that a molding error? I think, yeah. I think somehow maybe the mold part's here, but for some reason it just looks horrible on this side. And it looks perfectly fine on this side. I think they were supposed to sand this down, and the person didn't. So that doesn't look so good. That actually looks pretty bad. Yeah, that must be part where the mold parts. Alright. It's unfortunate. You'll also see this tire is very flattened out. It was crushed down. Although a Bentley that weighs over 2 tons, that would be realistic in the real world. You know, rubber tires aren't round. But I kind of prefer them to be round, even though it's not realistic. Because if you do roll it, it just looks weird, right? When you have a dent like that. But I guess I'll just put it back on the base and it'll be fine. Alright, again, that looks weird. So... is that on the other side? Yeah, kind of, sort of. I kind of feel like the cast isn't very good. Like the mold isn't actually good. It's just, look at this. There's like a bump there, a bump there. Maybe it's an old... Well, I think this is the only brand selling a Bentayga, right? Something's weird here. Is it on this side? Kind of, sort of. Maybe that's intentional. But I don't see it on the rear photograph or the side photograph. Some sort of weird line here. And then it has a hatch on this side as well. So I don't know if that's accurate, but it's not on the rear photograph I pulled up. Okay. Exhausts look pretty good. You know, there's black in there. They're recessed. This reflector kind of missed the print mark there. This side's a lot better. There's a silver printing here going around the body. That's pretty well done. The clear taillights are pretty good. There's indication of the light buckets back there, so that looks nice. Again, the license plate is nice. It's just a sticker, I think. It wasn't placed so well here, but I guess it's better than having no license plate. Some silver paint here looks alright. The Bentley logo, tiny bit crooked, but all in all it seems okay. Wiper blade back here is raised, very thin again, but it's alright. And the third brake light is printed very nicely. You can actually start seeing some of the interior, but look at the waviness, and that's just the problem with the fact that it's a molded window and not a sheet window. The little antenna thing looks pretty nice, and then it's really great that you have this huge sunroof. You can see right into the interior, and it seems to be like a cream color, and we got the nice ribbing there. There's clearly some decals there in the middle console up front. You can see the silver paint for the rear mirror. The vent details are also part of that decal. So the screen with what looks like to be a Bentley logo. So this sunroof isn't really warped at all. It's just the side windows. You can see the warping here, right? But this one's quite clear. Nice gauges there, very neat. The steering wheel looks good. It's got the columns for the controls on it. There's a texture to the seats as well, as if it would be some sort of suede in the rear. Some molding circles there, but that's okay. No indication of pedals, but that's fine. Yeah, even a decal for the passenger side, and yeah, I mean, although they're decals, they should be okay. Hopefully they won't peel up in the future. There's a wood grain pattern there on the doors, looking good. Door handles seem okay. They're painted silver. The armrests are fine. Okay. No indication of seatbelt buckles, but well, actually there are up on front, not in the rear. They're just not painted in the front. That's a minor detail. Now the back sill seems okay. Alright, I was under high magnification, so it might not be fair for me to do that. This model wasn't very expensive, but it wasn't cheap either. I would call it a premium price level, but not resin, not even close. And oddly, it's very light, considering the body is die-cast. It's a very thin casting, it seems. And maybe that might be why there's a lot of weird looking parts in the cast body. Decent enough undercarriage details. The treads look pretty nice. The exhaust are painted silver. But there's no branding whatsoever. They don't tell you what the model is. And so don't be surprised if this Feng is gone within a few months. Whenever they get sued is when they're going to be gone. And then, this will just come back as a different brand. There's some sort of factory or two in China. They're just cranking out illegal models, and then they just slap on random names. And that's how that seems to be how they work. So here's a G-Wagon, a G55 from Kyosho. It's an AMG thing. That's an old design, so it's logical to actually be quite smaller. But the good old classic BA Baracus van, the GMC Bandera, that's still quite a large vehicle by today's standards, right? I mean, it is the van of abduction. If you want to abduct people, you want to have a Bandera. Maybe not the A-Team one, but... Okay, let's get these two out, because the last one is on the platform. The Range Rover by LCD Model. LCD Model, one of the best diecast brands out there. Sadly, they just don't make many models, so I don't have too many videos on them. And I suppose one would shop around. I don't know. Maybe they wouldn't. I mean, this thing's so expensive and compared to a Range Rover. I don't know if people would shop these two around. Although I think I would trust the capabilities of a Range Rover over a Volkswagen product. But I could be wrong. I mean, Volkswagen has a lot of resources, obviously. Okay, well, that's the wrong model. Totally lost track. And yeah, I guess this is okay. I mean, the casting seems to have some issues, but from like an arm's length away, or even half an arm's length away, I don't see those casting blemishes. So if you like the Bentayga, well, you really don't have a choice, do you? If you like the Bentayga, this is definitely the best version of it. Maybe Matchbox or Hot Wheels has done it, but I'm not aware of another premium brand doing it. So the great thing is, if you really like interiors, that whole sunroof, moonroof thing is really letting you see it quite easily. And the interior details are good enough. In general, the thing's good enough. Alright, so we'll have to see if Feng model sticks around. Not a bad, subject to start with. It's hard to complain about a Bentley. But let's see if you guys do anything else in the future. If not, well, good. Have a good run. Alright, see you guys. See you at the next SUV video.